Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode with me, Shashank Udupa, and a lot of you guys in my comment section, in my community post, have mentioned that do at least one video of crypto always, because we know that a lot of things are going on in the world of crypto. There are some positives, there are some negatives as well, but what we'll do today is we'll take one concept and try to understand this concept really well. Now, what I've done in this episode is also I've called a very special guest to make us understand this particular concept, and this concept is called crypto staking. Basically, what is crypto staking? How does it work? What are the positives of crypto staking? What are the negatives of crypto staking? We will get our special guest on board and ask them a few questions about crypto staking as well. And finally, we will conclude this episode. So I'm very excited to do this crypto episode with you guys on popular demand. So let's get into it straight away. Now, what is crypto staking and how does it work? Now, crypto staking is basically a process of locking up your crypto holdings in order to obtain some kind of rewards or just try to earn some interest. Now, cryptocurrencies are basically built on blockchain technology. So in many ways, participants collectively agree and validate transactions, and the validated transactions are stored on the blockchain. Now, this is very different, right, compared to our typical finance system in which a central authority like a bank validates all the transactions. So here, there's no validation of transactions by a central authority. Now, depending on the types of cryptocurrency you're working with, these validation processes are called proof of work or proof of stake. Okay, two things. Now, these mechanisms are basically designed to ensure that no one can assume superpower over the entire blockchain while validating transactions, because then it would just beat the whole purpose, right? Now, these mechanisms also act like security against any attack on the network. This much you understood? Now, while proof of work is the mechanism behind Bitcoin and also Ethereum, increasingly upcoming blockchains are now adopting to something called proof of stake, which is now Ethereum is going into proof of stake, as it is basically more secure, energy efficient, and also has a very low impact on environment, right? Now, even Ethereum right now is moving from proof of stake, and we can already see that on their main website, if you see this image, that they're taking Ethereum staking live. So basically you can stake your Ethereum and then get some rewards in Ethereum for validating this, right? Now that you have understood what staking is, let's understand a little bit more about how this works, because it can still be a little confusing, right? How can we participate in this? How can we earn rewards? Let's understand this. Now, to understand this, I'm bringing on my special guest who's known as Arindam Roy, founder and CEO of a company called Pillow.fund, an app that basically allows users to stake and earn rewards on their digital assets easily. Now, basically, it's a very simplified process. So let's get Arindam and ask him a few questions as well. Arindam, first of all, thank you for being on this. There are a lot of questions that I wanted to ask you about staking and what's happening in the world of crypto. But I think the first question that I would like to ask you is this a good time now to enter the market? Because we've seen a lot of ups and downs in the market as well. So what do you think about the time in the crypto market right now?
Shashank, absolutely phenomenal to be here. We are super excited to have this chat with you. The first question is probably what most people want to know. I'll answer that indirectly by sharing some stats.
Sure.
While the crypto market cap has shrunk by a few $100 million, even a couple of $1 billion here and there, right, per cryptocurrency. If you look at the total stable coins in circulation, they have not reduced by all that much, which means that people have not yet exited the crypto market altogether. So there is a lot of, for the lack of a better word, dry powder sitting on the sidelines, observing. Because a full exit on the crypto market happens when stable coins market caps go down, which means people are exchanging USDC or USDT for fiat currency. That is fully exiting the cryptocurrency market.
So a lot of people are going away from the volatile cryptocurrencies and investing in a more stable approach.
Which essentially means they're sitting on the sidelines.
Got it.
So that is the first thing. The second thing to note is catalysts. We have the Ethereum merge coming, proof of stake merge, which is going to reduce energy consumption by more than 99%. And make it very, very environmentally friendly, which means a lot of institutions who were not investing in crypto out of environmental concerns now would be able to do that.
Now, I wanted to ask you a question on this, right? When you brought the topic of staking. So is staking good for a very long period of time? Like, what are the benefits of, say, for example, even if you take in context the stable coins that you mentioned or the Ethereum merge that is happening? Can staking be looked at as a viable option for a long period of time?
The beautiful thing about staking is that it's not heavily market correlated. Staking works if a blockchain is producing new blocks. If you stake on Polygon MATIC, for example, right? So MATIC processes, the POS blockchain processes millions of transactions every day.
Correct.
It means millions of blocks are getting created every day. As long as blocks get created, validators will get new MATIC rewards, and your staking will pay off. This is not relevant on the price of MATIC or the price of Ethereum or anything.
Yeah.
It's a function of economic activity on the blockchain. So for this reason, people who hold assets for the long term, which is, by the way, my belief of how you should hold assets in crypto, staking is the most market decoupled way of ensuring that you absorb value directly from the economic activity of the network, independent of any other market, third-party risk, counterparty risk, leverage activities or anything else. So that's what staking is.
Got it. Now, I know that you guys are doing a lot in the space as well, right? Pillow.fund obviously is now very famous with respect to its staking rewards. So how does your protocol work? What do you guys do behind the scenes? If you're okay to open it up a little bit for us, how do you guys ensure rewards?
Right. So what we do, we just discussed liquid staking. So we work liquid staking protocol creators. This integration we have done with Stader Labs, with Marinate Finance, which is Solana's premier staked Solana platform. They have managed over $2 billion at the market top. And we also work with Lido Finance, which is the world's largest liquid staking provider. So we work with the best protocol that is available for liquid staking for any of the proof of stake assets and integrate them directly vertically into our app. Then what we do is we solve for custody, accessibility, everything, so that the entire process, which can be very cumbersome. So while staking sounds phenomenal, it's for a traditional person, it's ridiculously hard to do. You have to buy it on an exchange. Then you have to withdraw it. You might withdraw to a chain which does not allow staking. For example, if you withdraw a Polygon on the Polygon chain, you can't stake. Polygon staking happens on Ethereum. So now you have to bridge Polygon from Polygon chain to Ethereum chain, which can take a few hours and cost gas fees.
You
have to stake it on the Ethereum chain, which can cost $40-50, and then figure out how to store these staked assets safely. It is a very technical process to do. What we have done is we have taken this entire process and shrunk it into one click on your cell phone. You can do it while being in an auto from office to home. So that's where we can solve this problem.
Beautiful. And one very important question here, right? I mean, there's also a lot of talk about safety, right? And we've seen some instances happening in the past in the space as well.
Absolutely. So I think we can split this into two parts. First is technological security, right?
Correct.
How do I technically secure the custody of our assets? So for all our custody needs, we work with BitGo, who is a qualified custodian, a US regulated qualified custodian. And what they also do is they provide us a $250 million digital asset insurance policy. So any assets, for example, I just described MATIC. So we stake the MATIC and then we take the stake MATIC and we custody it with a qualified custodian. What that ensures is that assets on the custody are protected. Correct. They also have the best technical solution available. So where in fact, one of the very few early stage teams to have a BitGo partnership across the world, right? Typically, they work only with very large enterprises. Secondly, for transaction safety, we work with Consensus. You might know Consensus as one of the most largest infrastructure providers. They create the very popular wallet MetaMask. But they also have a lot of infrastructure for enterprises. So we use MetaMask Institutional, which is their institutional version of MetaMask. And we also use Infura for our nodes and RPCs. So what this ensures is that every transaction that we do is multi-sig. It involves multiple people involved. Got it. Secondly, coming to financial security. The recent challenges have shown us that unsecured lending has upsides and downsides. So does under-collateralized lending, and so does lending, any sort of lending with counterparty risk. Which means the safest form of instruments that you can work on is one we just discussed, liquid staking. Few other opportunities include liquidity mining, which is simply providing liquidity to a decentralized exchange.
Correct.
Or over-collateralized lending, in which you go to a protocol like Aave or Compound and lend out assets against by receiving collateral in something else, so that at all points in time you are never at risk of losing a principal. So what we have done as a team is we have transparently limited ourselves to these investment classes only. And that is all that is available, right? We're also transitioning to a way where the user gets a visibility. So we have already transitioned 4 of our assets to this, right? So MATIC, Solana, Ronin, Axie, all of them are already transitioned to a way where you can clearly see where the investments are happening.
Beautiful.
And we are transitioning the rest of the app as well to it. We believe this is the future of mobile-based, wallet solutions, where you get all the benefits of decentralized finance, all the transparency, all the benefits, but your experience is similar to a banking app or a grocery app or or a Myntra app or something like that. And it should not be that complex.
Correct.
So that's the journey that we're taking, and that's how we are ensuring both fund security and technical superiority as far as users.
Okay, I think that's awesome, because I think the point that you mentioned about transparency, I think that's something that I think everyone would like to get a peek into. Where is my money going and how is this returns basically coming, right? Or else it looks too good to be true and then problems happen later on. Okay, so I think I'll ask you one last question, right? And I think this is something that everyone would like to know. And you've been in the crypto space for a very long period of time. What are the one or two things that you would tell the youngsters today who are investing in crypto? Because most of them are still running behind some dog-faced coins, right? Or waiting for Elon's next tweet. And I know that's not good. But what would you suggest, at least one or two tips for these guys who are investing in crypto or starting their crypto journey today?
Right. Shashank, I will quote you from one of your earlier videos. The point of investing is to get a certain amount of financial achievements in life. It's not life. So my advice is, don't spend 12 hours on Discord and Telegram trying to find the next 100x. If someone is telling you it's going to 100x, it likely already has. And you are just exit liquidity for them. That is one. Second is, markets are inefficient. You shouldn't be. So don't try and time the market all that much. Again, quoting you, time in market is much more important than timing the market. And it's also possible probabilistically that you will fail. Just remember that for markets to work, 50% of traders have to lose money. It's one way or the other, right? If you're taking a long, someone is taking a short on the other side. One of you will lose money. Correct. So dollar cost averaging, or what we call in India SIP, some sort of a plan where you buy on every dip, or you buy on a set frequency, is something that you should follow, that allows you to live a life while also investing in crypto. Secondly, invest on a thesis and stick to a thesis. If you believe decentralized money is where you're going, then your investments look like Bitcoin. If you believe decentralized internet is where the current internet economy is headed, then Ethereum and its associated proof of stake assets are probably where it goes, right? If you believe new digital economies are getting created like NFTs, then tokens like LuxRare or ApeCoin become your investing asset. So build a thesis first. Take some time, don't be in a rush, build a thesis. This is my thesis, this is where I see the world going, hence I invest in them, right? It's no different from traditional investing. And final and most important piece of advice is, while you invest for the long run, don't be afraid to take profits. It's not the worst thing in the world. Money is meant to be used for enjoying life. So if you do indeed make a profit, buy that bike, right? Buy that car, rent that better house, right? Buy your boyfriend or a girlfriend that trip that you have been waiting for such a long time. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. You should take profits for sure. And finally, and most importantly, if anyone offers you stock tips and crypto tips, tell them to trade those tips themselves and run as far away from them as possible, right? So those would be my few things for the youngsters getting into crypto.
Well, I think very well said. I think one point is, everyone in the crypto market, most of them just want to invest and then want a 100x or a 50x or a 38 exit, because their friends might have dealt with some NFT and got some really good exit, right? But if you get 20, 30, 40, 50%, that seems very low in the crypto market, and they don't book profits, so they don't take it out. But yeah, well said, Arindam. So guys, again, Arindam, really thank you for coming and clearing a lot of doubts we had with respect to staking and with respect to what is happening in the crypto world. Really appreciate you taking out the time for this, and I really thank you for coming on this session.
Thanks a lot, Shashank.
Now, guys, I hope you got a very basic view of what crypto staking is, right? Before investing anything into crypto, you have to do your own diligence, and you have to do your own research before investing in any crypto asset. As I said, it is a very volatile asset class, so you need to be well aware before investing in crypto, right? So now we got a basic understanding of what crypto is. We got Arindam Roy from Pillow.fund to also explain what Pillow.fund is and what staking is and what the benefits of staking are and what is happening with the market. So I hope you guys got a good understanding. If you guys like this video, then please click on that like button, share it with your friends and subscribe. But if you also feel that, Shashank, I think we should get more crypto videos because too many things are happening there from an educational standpoint, don't ask me for coins, from an educational standpoint, then let me know in the comment section below. I will do more such videos, at least one a month, with respect to what is happening in the world of crypto. This is me, Shashank Udupa, signing off. Take care. See you guys. Bye.